My name is Ashley Peralta. My major is molecular biology. I go to school at Montclair State University. I chose molecular biology because I've always had an interest in science since high school, and that's when I decided to go to medical school after, and I feel like that major was the best choice for me to do that. I went to Tanzania from August 5th to August 23rd, so about 18 days or almost 3 weeks. I found out about the program to go to Tanzania from the chair of the biology department. His name is Dr. Vanderklein. He sent an email on summer programs that students can go to, and that one spoke out to me the most. I decided to go to Tanzania because they had a program, they had a medical volunteering program, but they also had a midwife program. And because I'm interested in maternal health care and medical in general, I decided to take that step and go and volunteer in that area. My first impression of Tanzania was just the way, the architecture, the way the streets look. It's totally different from the US. It's kind of like a desert, like it's just all dirt roads, and just the way that people live. They live in, really small houses, and if you go towards the highway, it's like little huts where, there's different African villages. So that was my first impression. My responsibilities in the program were that I would go in and I would take vitals. So there was one room with all the labor and delivery patients, all the pregnant women. They would come in, I would take their blood pressure, check their temperature, put them at different individual beds. And even if they were not in labor yet, we would just attend to them, right? Rub their backs, make sure they're comfortable. And if they were in labor, we would also assist them. Or I would watch cesarean sections or C-sections as well. My favorite experience in Tanzania was being with the mothers. I have a passion for maternal health care. That's pretty much why I want to go into the medical field. I really love the field of reproductive health, OBGYN. I'm very passionate about healthcare disparities, so just seeing the disparities in Tanzania and being with those women because they have a high risk of maternal death, just being with them, making their labor experience more comfortable was everything to me. The most impactful moment of the trip was just seeing the dynamics of Tanzanian life, the way people live. A lot of children, a lot of families were very poor. They don't have enough money, they don't have enough clothing, and it's just the way they live is so different from the US, and it seems like they're happy despite not having enough. I went to a village called the Maasai village in Tanzania, and they really don't have anything. They don't have any access to supermarkets and water, and the kids there, they just seem so happy. And so that was really impactful to me, that they're so grateful with what they have, with what little they have. The most difficult part of my trip to Tanzania was when I witnessed this patient of mine whose baby did not survive because the patient had a really high pregnancy condition, high-risk pregnancy condition called preeclampsia or eclampsia, where she had really high blood pressure and she actually had a seizure in front of me. And because I'm a student, of course, I don't have the medical tools to just do as much as I can. So, seeing the midwife, seeing the nurses run to her attention, give her a dose of, magnesium, sulfates, and just help her get back was really impactful for me. The most difficult thing was that her baby did not survive. She did have twins, and so one baby did survive, the other one did not. And so that was the most difficult thing for me because I have never seen anyone in the medical setting, die. And so I had to step out of the room for a bit, catch my breath, cry a little bit, and then come back. And so the next day I went up to check on the mother, and she was okay, she was resting. Based on my experiences in Tanzania, there definitely is a call to action to medical professionals in the US. My biggest thing is healthcare disparities do exist. Read up on the data, read up on the statistics, really listen to your patients. As a medical assistant myself in the reproductive health area aspect, I definitely take time to listen to my patients, really hear them, write down all the notes that I can, give that to the provider so the provider can do what they need to do to really help this patient any way that they need, especially for maternal health. Even though the US may be a developed country and in a health aspect, we do struggle, we do lack the cultural competency of really taking care of patients, especially brown and black patients, people of color who have these high-risk conditions where they usually are overlooked. And so that's my biggest message to healthcare providers, just really listen to your patients and don't just push them away in whatever that they are complaining about or whatever they need to call for help on.